He went down to the hamburger stand and he didn't get his wife anything. I keep hearing he's still raising hell. He's just like me. He'll never change. You had a job, but you couldn't stick with it. You had the heart of a rocker. But that was a long, long time ago. That doesn't matter now. The first thing you need to do is shave. It's got to come off. All of it. Most of them come to this country looking like hell. Next thing you know, everywhere you go, they're there. Lord knows we don't need any more trouble, and we don't like too many spices. Keep it over there, Lord. Keep it over there. And let the drug addicts die. What good are they to society? They make their own choices. Why should the rest of us have to live with their consequences? There's been far too much talk over the years, and they don't seem to know that gossiping is a sin. People have little minds, and their suppositions are absurd. Things worked out for the better. You'll just have to trust me on that. Now we're heading into Easter weekend. Resurrection Sunday, as some say. Don't be surprised if you run into me. It's been quite a while.
Exaggerate stories and bad news in order to create anxiety, to raise anxiety within the population so that the people that come by is now stalling you. Your tax money funds this kind of stuff. Do you think it just suddenly stopped? Didn't stop, it's got worse. And as we're looking through as a big agenda, because the whole world has been changed by this agenda, they couldn't get the Martians from space to invade us, to bring us all together like Bob Craig used to pronounce all kinds of new speeches.